Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Hi, I'm Shannon Ogden with the very latest from Denver 7. You heard it first on Denver 7. Another measure to push new wells further from homes and schools and businesses could be on the ballot in 2020. Our Jennifer Kovaleski broke the story today. She got the lowdown on the petition to get Governor-elect Polis to take action.
Proposition 112 will devastate Colorado's economy.
People don't know that it's coming.
Colorado's ballot box fight to increase oil and gas setbacks went down by large margins. But for the activists behind Prop 112, their fight is far from over.
We are definitely going to be undertaking the task of running another 2020 ballot initiative.
Ann Lee Foster with Colorado Rising says they are ready to go back to battle in 2020.
We're not going anywhere. We will continue to fight for the health and safety of our communities.
They also just launched this online petition.
We're calling for meaningful action to protect Colorado communities from fracking.
With 350 Colorado.
Almost 2,500 signatures right now. We're going for 10,000.
And Executive Director Micah Parkin.
We ask you, our new governor-elect, to take swift measures to address these concerns.
They want Governor-elect Polis to increase oil and gas setbacks and completely overhaul the Colorado Oil and Gas Commission, the state agency in charge of regulating the industry.
We're also asking for a moratorium on permits to put legislation in place that is based on peer-reviewed science.
Activists plan to personally deliver the petition to Polis the day before he takes office.
Bring the voice of the 1.1 million voters who want safer setbacks.
Foster says they are hopeful with Polis in office and a Democrat-controlled House and Senate. Meaningful oil and gas reform will finally pass at the state capitol.
We are very cautiously optimistic about what will come out of the legislature.
If they don't, we are launching an exploratory committee to do a ballot initiative for 2020.
Jennifer Kovaleski for us. Tuesday night, Erie is expected to take a final vote on adding 30 new oil wells. The proposal from Crestone Energy was voted down in late October and then approved just ahead of Election Day. Town leaders say this new agreement will give them more control. Denver Mayor Michael Hancock is calling now on the DA to investigate apparent dirty dealing with the convention center expansion project. In a letter obtained by Denver 7, the mayor says the city has found apparent collusion between a consultant and someone connected to the project. So the city has cut ties with that original management service and is in the process for looking for a replacement. The full construction project is a big one, expected to cost $250 million. Well, this is enough to make any animal lover jump into action. Arvada police are looking for the person who stole a car that had a puppy inside. The owners just got back inside to get their dog when their 2018 Ford Fusion was stolen right outside their home on Nelson Street. Well, neither the car nor the pup has been seen since. Well, this is a tale in 3 acts. First, a Fort Logan community does something very sweet, and then a crime threatens to spoil the fun. But as Contact 7's Thomas Hoppo shows us, it's the ending that ties it all together.
This is a story about a neighborhood with stories.
Well, I mean, neighborhoods are full of people, and people are full of stories.
People skate. Yep. And even walk by a certain house that captures your eye this time of year.
Our neighbors down the street have the best decorations on the block.
If you ask Charlotte about her neighbors.
The Tilstons, I always mispronounce their name. Don't put that on.
She'll say they're the best people around.
Yeah.
Tillotson.
This is Nicole.
Yeah, we get Tillotson a lot.
And her family is all about giving back to the neighborhood.
Because of the decorations. We want to try and bring some joy to the people that live on our street and in our neighborhood, so.
Oh, they're very nice. When we first moved into the neighborhood, they brought us cookies.
This year, the Tillotsons brought something new for the holidays.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, it's just a couple of doors down this way.
A free little library. When we first filled it, it cycled through pretty quickly. A lot of kids were taking the books, and a few of our neighbors took some books and put some new books in.
There wasn't anything I wanted to borrow at the time, but I've left my book there.
Within the first few weeks, we had cycled through what we had stocked.
All was well until a certain Grinch came into the neighborhood. This is a story about stolen stories.
Came home and it was completely empty. All of the books had been removed.
I can't say I'm angry, but I'm disappointed.
People were using it and taking books and putting books back, and then to have it completely wiped out just kind of broke my heart.
Coming to check this little free library out actually today. We have one in our neighborhood, and I actually heard that some people had taken all the books out of this little free library. So it kind of sparked some interest because the same thing happened to our little free library a few weeks back.
But this is a story about a neighborhood that won't quit on Quitman Street.
They were taken Sunday night, and as of 4 o'clock yesterday, it was completely filled back up. I don't know who it was, I don't know where they went, but somebody just came and dropped off a bunch of Nat Geo magazines. Thought this one was funny. The Book Thief, someone dropped off.
This is a story with a lesson.
But I'm sorry that happened, especially around Christmas.
It kind of brought the community together, so it happened for a good reason, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The golden rule.
It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.
To love thy neighbor. Thomas Hoppo, Denver 7.
Contact 7 is here to help, and we are here to listen. If you have a story you'd like for us to look into or to share, call the number on your screen or email us at contact7@thedenverchannel.com. Right now, North Glen police are looking for 2 men accused of beating a clerk with a baseball bat so they could steal cigarettes. Now, they've already caught a 3rd suspect, and police tell us the 18-year-old you see was caught on surveillance camera stealing from the store on Washington Street overnight, and right now that video is not being released. So, tell you what, let's see if we can't help Loveland Police catch a thief. Ready? The newest member of our Porch Pirate Hall of Shame was recorded stealing packages from a doorstep late last month. She drove off in a silver Dodge Intrepid. It had a missing driver's side hubcap. If you know her, if you see her, call police. Well, Denver's still trying to work out the kinks in its dockless scooters program. Right now, the scooters are allowed only on sidewalks, but the city is considering changing that to bike lanes and some streets. So listen up. Riders under this plan would be restricted to bike lanes when the bike lanes are available. When they are not available, on city streets, but where the speed limit's no higher than 30 miles per hour. If neither of those is available, then they can be used on the sidewalks, but at speeds no higher than 6 miles per hour. If this plan is approved, the new rules could take effect next month. Well, Aspen's going back to the drawing board in its grand transportation experiment. The city planned to pay Lyft up to $800,000 to provide minibuses and ride-sharing programs next summer. Instead, City Council was mobbed by people offended by the price tag. That likely leaves leaders with little choice but to go back to Lyft and try to negotiate a different price or come up with a new plan altogether. The number of flu cases in Colorado has climbed sharply. A report released just in the last little while, just today, shows 121 people have been sick enough to need to stay in the hospital already this season, and that is nearly double the number we had just a week ago. And now to the First Alert Weather Center right now. Look at the forecast. I tell you what, you can't do much better than that coming up in mid-December. Have one little patch of maybe morning flurries on Thursday, and then we creep back for a perfect weekend near 60 degrees. Very nice. This has been a Denver 7 on-demand update. Thanks for joining us. Check back later tonight. We'll have another one for you. And download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Shannon Ogden.